Hello there people, this is Bruce B. Cool or Bruce, and today on Yu-Gi-Oh! 5D's Decade Duels I've got another deck recipe to show you. I call this the Plasma Adapter deck. By the name you'll know that there's Destiny Hero Plasma inside it, but it's also got a few little unique things about it as well, hence Adapter, so you don't have to purely rely on that one card. So as per usual, I'll go through the monsters, spells and traps, try and cover some combos in between as well. There is a lot you can do with this deck, so don't take the combos that I mentioned in this video as read that that's all you can do. I can't stress that enough. So moving on swiftly, we have two Sias, the Shadow Monarch or Caius. I like to call it Sias, what can I say? It's a 1-for-1, you do a tribute summon with it. You then choose any card to remove from the field, and if it happens to be a dark monster, 1000 damage. It's there to be a beat stick and to try and clear the opponent out. What else is Sias there for, really, besides being a dark monster? Cyber Dragon, special summon, on top of having a normal summon if you was to play it that way. And yeah, can be used as tribute fodder as well. So remember that, besides it being a 2100 attacker. One Dandelion, there for the tokens as well as a tribute fodder to a degree. The tokens are mainly there for Destiny Hero Plasma. I'm not going to lie, if you wanted to use it with other things like synchros and stuff, then you can do, remember that. And on top of that, if it's been destroyed or discarded in your opponent's turn, then you actually get to use those tokens as tribute fodder the next turn. So yeah, bear that in mind. Dark Arm Dragon, what can I say? It's a horrible, horrible card to go up against, but once you've got it on the field, it's just epic. You know, you require 3 dark monsters in the graveyard to special summon it, and instantly you can use its effect of destroy a card on the field if it's not going to be torrential tributed. Or even if it is going to be torrential tributed, sorry. The things which would stop it is Solemn Judgment and I believe Black Horn of Heaven, and barely anyone plays that Black Horn of Heaven anyway. So yeah, beautiful card, beautiful card. 2 Malicious, no point in playing one. If you remove it from the graveyard to out of play, then you get to special summon another one from your deck. And yeah, that can come in handy in many situations, whether it's as tribute fodder, synchro fodder, even crush card fodder if you fancied. Yeah, beautiful, beautiful card, but not right for every deck. This one is beautiful though. Now the main daddy himself as well, Destiny Hero Plasma. Main effects. Once it's on the field, it negates your opponent's effect monsters, so if they've got Jinzo, Stardust, you name it, it's negated, which is nice. Also, suck up one of their monsters, you absorb half the attack, and yeah, usually you end up with a pretty decent beat stick of at least 2500. Yeah, beautiful, beautiful card. Also, even though it says about tributing 3 monsters, remember that's for a special summon. So feel free to make a summon for the special summon of Plasma if the mood suits you. Yeah, lovely, lovely card, and almost unstoppable on the field. You just got to watch out for the opponent's back row. Elemental Hero Stratus to find either Plasma or Malicious, depending where the mood takes you, and it is an 1800 attacker monster as well. Yeah, lovely stuff. 1 Gauze. You don't need to know what Gauze does by now. It's a beautiful card. Get you out in a pinch if you've got no field. Yeah, fantastic. 1 Grinder Golem. I've mainly put 1 in there because I don't actually have 2 of them, but I think 1 is enough anyway. Main effect, you special summon 2 Grinder Golem tokens on your side of the field to special summon this on your opponent's side of the field. Bearing in mind you don't have to put it in attack mode, it could be defense. And that's it basically. So the point with that really is to get the tokens for Plasma. And on top of that, it can be absorbed by Plasma then. There's a few other weird little things, like you can brain control it. There's just a lot you can do with it. You know, don't play it if it's your only card, obviously, because otherwise you're just giving your opponent a 3000 attacker. But yeah, beautiful card if played correctly. 3 Mystic Tomatoes here. This is one of the few decks where they can choose a lot of monsters, which is nice, whether it's another Mystic Tomato, or you got others which I shall go through shortly. There's even Malicious you can choose if you really wanted to. So yeah, beautiful. Phantom of Chaos. I don't see this played that often at all. And you know what? It is brilliant, absolutely brilliant. So, main effect, it can copy anything in the graveyard as long as you remove that card from the game. Okay. Copies the attack as well as the card name. The only thing it can't do is battle damage, and it also can't carry over the effect until the for the next turn rather. So you use it for the one turn, do whatever you have to do, and then pray that your Phantom of Chaos is either not going to get attacked or that you use it for something else. So for example, you've got Dark Arm Dragon in the graveyard because someone either Solemn Judgmented it or got rid of it somehow. Then all you do, summon this little beauty out, remove Dark Arm Dragon as the effect, and yeah, go crazy with the destruction. Doesn't have the penalties as well, so say again with Dark Arm Dragon you have to have 3 dark monsters in the graveyard. Because this is already out on the field, you can have like 20 dark monsters in the graveyard and then go crazy with the effect if you wanted to. I would especially suggest as well to get rid of it as soon as you can. So once you've used the effect, either synchro it up, or just make sure it's a game finisher essentially, because you don't want that sitting around with 0 attack for the next turn unless you want to Crush Card Virus it. Just throwing it out there. Plague Spreader Zombie, beautiful. Again, talking about Malicious earlier on, if that's in the graveyard with this, then special summon both out, and that's an instant synchro summon, whether it's a Goyo Guardian or a Iron Chain Dragon, you name it, it'll happen. Sangan, that's pretty obvious. Plague Spreader, Phantom of Chaos, Mystic Tomato, quite a bit that you can get with this. And last monster now, Spirit Reaper. Not so much there for the defence, but can wreck through the opponent's hand if you manage to clear it. Yeah, and it's another dark monster, what can I say? So, moving on to the spells now. 1 Allure of Darkness. I have been toying about the idea with 2, but you really need those darks in the graveyard as opposed to having them removed from the game, especially if you're going to be using, having to chuck Malicious in there for no reason whatsoever. But yep, it's draw power if you need it. A Brain Control, either as tribute fodder for your monster, or just to synchro summon it up, or a clear field. You know how it goes with Brain Control. 1 Destiny Draw, because there's not that many Destiny heroes in here, and it does usually hit you at the right time as well. Enemy Controller, again another card that isn't played that often. Can be, how should I put it? Can be quite useful. Sure, it's no Book of Moon where it flips the opponent into face down defense position, but hey, you still either negate an attack or just put it into defense for the sake of it, or you got the second option of sacrificing one of your monsters or tokens that you get to take control of an opponent's monster, and then depending, use it as a synchro, a tribute. It's a very, very versatile card. I'm very surprised it's not played that much often, but I've only got room for 1 in here. 1 Fires of Doomsday. Again, tokens for Plasma, not much else apart from tribute fodder for Sires if you really wanted to. 1 Foolish Burial, I find that this deck only needs 1 really. Giant Trinade, Heavy Storm. Lightning Vortex, again, discard either Malicious or something that you want to use an effect of Phantom of Chaos with, or even a card that's useless in your hand like a Destiny Draw and you've already got your Destiny Heroes out. So yeah, mass destruction there, fantastic. Monster Reborn, Mystical Space Typhoon, Scapegoat, beautiful with Plasma. End of the day, you play this at the end of the opponent's turn, you get Plasma out the next. Fantastic, and you still got a Scapegoat to spare. And 1 Smashing Ground as well. Going into traps, Crush Card Virus, quite a lot you can use this with. Again, Sangan, Phantom of Chaos, Plague Spreader Zombie. There's quite a few that you can, so this is very well worth having in your deck. Mirror Force, 3 Solemn Judgments. This is one of the few decks where I go crazy on the Solemn Judgments. To be honest with you, you need it. You don't have to worry about life points. There's not much in terms of negation, so say things like Bottomless Trap Hole to get rid of your opponent's monsters. Instead you've got this, as well as the negation side of things. And one Torrential Tribute. So yeah, that is the deck, pretty solid as it is, but if you wanted to delve into the side deck, you have an extra Sias there, Morphing Jar card destruction if you need to clear the opponent's hand, another Lightning Vortex if you need field destruction, Deck Devastation Virus for those burns and Blackwing all sort of goodness decks, 3 Light Imprisoning Mirrors, a Return from the Different Dimension, because you are able to use that with this deck, whether it's in the side deck or in the main deck. Royal Decrees, this deck doesn't have to have its Solemn Judgments if you find that your opponent's not doing much, or in fact if they're just playing lots of traps really. Transmigration Prophecy, haven't used this yet, but can be useful to again get Mystic Tomatoes back in your deck, or to get you to the right amount of dark monsters you need, or even to stop an opponent using things like Monster Reborn and bits like that, which is nice. And one Trap Dust Shoot, just to be a pain in the backside. Other than that, what can I say? Extra deck, pretty standard. 2 Armory Arms in this one because of all your tokens. Ancient Fairy Dragon, 2 Black Rose, a Colossal, 2 Dark Strikes, a Goyo obviously, an Iron Chain, Magical Android, 2 Red Dragon Archfiends and 2 Stardust. More often than not, you're going to want to get Stardust out over Red Dragon Archfiend though, okay? Because again, this does stop a lot of destruction effects. So yeah, try and have this and Plasma out and wow, you're laughing. What can I say? And that just about wraps up the deck. So let me know what you guys think about it. You know, I appreciate the feedback. I think this is quite an original deck. Yeah, a lot of people play Siases and stuff, but they don't go crazy over the Plasma. So, and especially Phantom of Chaos. So do give it a whirl. Let me know what you think, and hopefully we can have a conversation about it. And obviously, if you love the deck or like the video, then you know, give us a thumbs up, give us a favourite, and yes, I would love you very, very much. So, on that note, you guys take care, and I will see you again soon.